about today is the dilemma that I think a lot of us have. I know I had it. And it's whether we should donate to the homeless who stand on a street corner begging for money when you're stopped at the stoplight. And I almost feel bad just even bringing this up because, whether we should donate. Like, people are asking us for something. And, it just seems like, of course you should donate, right? But I think in many ways we've talked ourselves out of it. And this message is not only for Christians, but for everybody, because we all deal with it. But I kind of thought of this as a Christian, because I'm a Christian, and I was wondering, I almost feel like we're more on the line to donate because we're Christians, right? We're supposed to do the right thing and take care of each other. So what is the answer? So I'm going to go over that today, and I'm going to try to make it pretty quick, but I've done a lot of research and studying on this, and in my heart, I've done a lot of back and forth because, I think many of us, we make excuses as to why we shouldn't donate. Like we say, I know I've said it and other people will say it all the time, well, they're just going to take the money and they're going to waste it. They're going to use it for their drug habit or alcohol or waste it. And, I think we use that a lot to make ourselves feel good about not donating, like it's a good thing. We're saving them from wasting it. And I also, I've actually done some studies, and I've heard people who are the heads of different towns who deal with this kind of thing, and they've actually suggested that you don't give because you're enabling them. And what they said was that every town has programs in place for homeless people. They have beds, they have food kitchens, soup kitchens, and when you donate, it allows them not to seek help and not to maybe try to help themselves because they're getting free money all the time. Okay, so those are valid points. What I've learned, and the conclusion I've come to, or one of them was, I always thought about the story of the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan was a person who didn't even, his group of people, his nationality, the clique he was in didn't even associate with the person he helped. They didn't even talk, which makes it even more of an incredible story that he went out of his way to help this person who was in need. And I kind of think that way too. I think that if the person wasn't in need, here's a person begging for you for some money, and you say no, or you say yes, but they're begging you. If they weren't in a situation like that, would they embarrass themselves by being on a street corner begging you for money? Obviously they have a need, right? The question is, do we meet that need? And we're not talking about giving them $100. In America we do pretty good. We're all walking around with $1,300 cell phones. It doesn't cost us anything really to give them $1 or $2 or $5 even. So what is the solution? What is the answer? I think all those points are valid. But the conclusion that I've come to as a Christian, and I think this is pretty neat, is I want to tell them about Jesus, but you don't have time at a stoplight to tell somebody about Jesus. And chances are they don't want to hear about him. They just want some money, right? For whatever reason. So what I do is in my glove compartment, I keep these tracts. This is called a tract, right? And I put money in it. It's a tract. God loves you. And most churches, most evangelical churches or Bible-believing churches will have these tracts for free in their foyers. And there are tracts for everything. And what they do is they basically tell you a story about something, and then they give you the gospel. They tell you why you need Jesus and how to make amends with Jesus. And they're attractive because they address people of many different backgrounds. So if you like sports, they have them for sports, and they'll tell you about a sports star who was a Christian and how he came to know the Lord. And if you like anything, really, anything, gardening, anything, they have them for every subject. And it's a good way to give somebody the gospel without being obnoxious. This is a basic one, gets right to the point. God loves you. And I think for a homeless person, that might be what they need to hear. So what I do is if I'm at a light or something and I'm stopped and they come by the window, I put a $5 bill in there and I give them a tract. what that does is they're going to take it because they want the money, but I'm hoping somewhere later on the day when they get back to where they go, they read it. And it actually has my church stamp on the back, so they know where they can call for help if they need it. And it just, I think it's a good way of meeting two needs at the same time. And that's what I've decided. I know it's a tough thing for everybody, but as a Christian, that's what I've decided. As a non-Christian, you can decide what you want to do. But yeah, that's where I am. So, I hope this helps, sheds a little light, gives you something to think about. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So good luck and God bless.